Thank you. My name is Jessica Saxon. I'm a civil rights advocate and litigator from Washington, D.C., and I need to provide public notice to the council today. This is in accordance with USCS Rules of Civil Procedure as well as Rule 17 and Rule 20 of the United States Supreme Court. The Constitution of the United States of America is the overarching requirements that every state must follow. I don't think anyone will disagree with that. The states cannot enact their own alternative legislation and substitute for the guarantees of the Constitution of the United States. That would mean that the state laws are in fact more powerful than the Constitution. Clause 1 of Amendment 5 of the United States says that no person shall be held for answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on presentment or indictment by a grand jury. However, the state of Indiana has enacted its own alternative legislation that permits the prosecuting attorney or police officers to charge by way of information as opposed to indictment. That is unconstitutional. An emolument violation is when you pay public officials to break the law. The Constitution has two areas that enforce this. The first is the Article 1, Section 10, where it says that no state shall create a law that shall impair the obligation of contracts. Police officers, prosecutors, and judges are all under contract, a contract to perform based upon an oath or affirmation. The other one is the 14th Amendment. This is the other place that you'll find the reinforcement of this issue, and that is where it says that no state shall create or enforce any law that shall abridge the privileges or the immunities of the United States citizens. The privileges and the immunities of United States citizens are at a minimum those that are enumerated within the Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments, and they cannot be impaired. The state of Indiana, unfortunately, has enacted its own law that is inferior to our Constitution and that is permitting public officials, law enforcement, and judges whom you pay to violate the Constitution of the United States. As a result, there's an inordinate amount of people that are currently imprisoned across the United States. Pamela Downing is preparing to litigate this issue at the United States Supreme Court on behalf of more than 700,000 people currently imprisoned here in America unconstitutionally. If you continue to pay people to commit a crime that is unconstitutional and unlawful. If you don't mind, I'd like to put on the record here.
Thank you.
For the
You can
City
pass
Council.
something along, but you are done speaking. Thank you.
Thank you. Where can I provide this
You can provide it to the clerk, please. Thank you.
so much?
Good evening. So my name is Tanner Downing. I'm the civil rights litigator that's going to be arguing this at the United States Supreme Court. We simply want to express to you guys the importance or the urgency of this situation because states cannot create a law contrary to the Constitution and go out and enforce that in violation of the Constitution. That you can't do that. The state of Indiana has in fact enacted a law, as Ms. Saxon just stated, has in fact enacted a law that permits the prosecuting attorneys and law enforcement to go out and arrest people without having the proper charging instrument as required by the Fifth Amendment to the United States Constitution. That means that these arrests are in fact unconstitutional. I provided a notice to your Attorney General recently, as well as also to your Supreme Court justices. We are going to litigate this, but the situation right now is that we need to start informing individuals such as yourselves that are paying these individuals to break these laws, commit these crimes, and let you guys know that it's important that you guys direct them to act in a lawful, constitutional manner consistent with their obligations that are codified in the Constitution of the United States of America. If you don't pay these individuals to commit crimes, then they won't commit the crimes. And we are not trying to get anybody into trouble, but what we are saying is that the law cuts both directions. So with regard to conspiracy of public officials, what it says is that any person who, having knowledge of any of the wrongs conspired to be done and who have the power to prevent or aid in the prevention of the commission of the same, neglects or refuses to do so, may be joined dispensing the action. Upon having provided notice to you guys tonight, letting you know that these crimes are being committed by your agents that you pay, you have the power to be able to act to correct these unlawful acts. We must follow the Constitution of the United States of America. Nothing else makes America, America. So I urge you guys to please take a look at Clause 1, Amendment 5. Confirm the things that we're saying, and then let's direct our public officials to act in a lawful, constitutional manner consistent with the obligations codified in the Constitution of the United States of America. I would welcome any questions that anyone might have. Thank you so much. God bless.